And welcome back to another edition of Running with James. Today, guys, we're gonna flip the script just a little bit. I know we always talking about running, but I bet there's some of you guys out there that have always wanted to maybe climb a rope. Maybe you've wanted to do monkey bars. Maybe you want to do something crazy like go do an obstacle course or a mud run. Well, today we're gonna talk about how do you do those things. So take this journey with us today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I guarantee you'll be stronger by the end of it. A good variation, or I say a good variation, a tough variation of the monkey bars is Sawtooth. And so the Sawtooth is basically like an angle, right? So you see how these bars kind of go up and go over. And so a lot of times that can be extremely intimidating. Now, yes, it does help to have a good amount of strength or to be able to do a pull-up, right? So a lot of people are like, I've always wanted to do a pull-up, but I don't know how to, or I just don't have the strength for it. So there's a progression to doing pull-ups. One of the best ways to do a progression for pull-ups is what we call bodyweight rows, okay? Some call them Bulgarian rows, Russian rows. Those are all just different variations of rows. And simply what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our body in an angled position, okay? And so we're gonna have our feet on the ground, your legs can be straight, you'll definitely be able to engage your core, and we're gonna take our hands and put them on a bar, and we're gonna basically do a row. But instead of pulling like weight, we're gonna pull our body to the bar, right? So it's real simple. We're pulling up, we're pulling down, we're pulling up, we're pulling down. That's a great way to engage your back, to engage your biceps, and really help to strengthen all of those muscle groups so that you can eventually get to the point where you can do a pull-up, right? Another way to progress up to a pull-up is doing jump pull-ups, right? So you get to a bar where your hands are above your head and you're able to bend your knees, and you're gonna jump and pull, maybe hold for a second, right? Lower yourself, jump and pull, hold for a second, and that takes you through the full range of motion of a pull-up. And so after a few weeks of progressing through that, it should get easier and easier and easier. And then the next thing you can do is get like a rubber band, attach that to a bar, and that takes some of your own personal body weight off of your arms, right? So gravity doesn't push down on you so much, so that you can get through that full range of motion, right? So once you've conquered that, then it makes something like the Sawtooth much easier, okay? But you don't have to know how to do a pull-up to do Sawtooth. You can simply use, once again, momentum. Momentum's always gonna be your friend, okay? So, just like we talked about for the monkey bars, I like to use what we call the side technique, right? So the side technique basically is moving sideways and letting your hips move you, right? It's all in the hips, right? It's all in the hips. So here's how we're gonna do it. So just if you remember a moment ago when we did the opposite hand grip, we're gonna do the same thing here. So we grab and we're gonna get our hips moving. Hips moving, hips moving. You see how that just simply took me up? I didn't have to do a bunch of strength, a bunch of pulling, right? So I'm losing my hips to pull up, hips, up, hips, up, right? Real simple, real easy, and I'm not completely gassed out, right? Now, it takes some practice to build the confidence. Practice always builds confidence, right? So, some things, like I said, to help you get better at it, learn how to do a pull-up, okay? Some things to help you get better at it, get on an obstacle where you can practice it. Some things that'll help you get better at it is simply this: get that core strong.
Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. And then don't forget to hit that notification bell to know about all things Running with James. So we want to know, what obstacles are you most intimidated by? Are there some techniques you'd love to learn? Comment down below. We'd love to discuss in future episodes. Remember, when you change your mind, you can change your life.